Hey everyone, Cameron with CBM Reviews here, and I've got a review for you today. This is from the recently released Warner Brothers animated feature, Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. Suicide Squad Hell to Pay was directed by Sam Liu, and it starred Vanessa Williams, Christian Slater, and Tara Strong. This is an animated feature, but as you can tell from recent releases, these cartoons aren't exactly for children. This is definitely for mature audiences. If you didn't know it from the title, you would know it from probably the first 10 minutes. This is the fourth iteration that I can remember of the Suicide Squad. This iteration sees some familiar faces. We've got Deadshot leading the mission. We've got Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Killer Frost, but now we've got some new additions with Bronze Tiger and Copperhead. Now, we've got the roster out of the way. That's huge. What about the story? It's a fun little story. And it's not afraid to go certain places. Definitely not for the kiddies. Definitely on the rated R side with the amount of violence and sometimes brief nudity. I was not expecting that, DC. And I can give you the story synopsis without giving too much away. The Suicide Squad are led on a mission by Amanda Waller, but this time it's not a mission to save the world or protect some government secrets or anything. This is a personal mission from Amanda Waller, and what she wants is a card. Like literally, she wants a card. The card that she wants, I'm not going to reveal what it is and why she wants it, but they get some pushback from other villains who also want the card. So there's that. I mean, there's some surprising villains in this. We see Zoom in this. We see Vandal Savage in this. There's some other villains that, you know, don't play such a prominent role, like Professor Pig and Blockbuster, Silver Banshee. But overall, the story is really good. There are some issues with it, though. The way that the story presents itself, it automatically assumes that you know who Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Captain Boomerang are, which if you're a fan of the Suicide Squad as a series whole, you can see that they appear in almost every iteration. The only person who doesn't appear in every single one is Harley Quinn. She doesn't appear in the very first one in Task Force X. But the three of those, the director assumes you already know, and then they introduce Killer Frost, Copperhead, and Bronze Tiger. Another issue, and there are two more issues with this, is that this is actually a sequel. It's a sequel to a different animated movie, and I'll be honest, when I was watching it before I realized that it was a sequel, I said, wow, this animation style is exactly like that other animated feature. And lo and behold, it's a direct sequel to that animated feature. So that was kind of a surprise, but it's also a con, because if you haven't watched that animated feature, you can get lost, which I can tell you which one it is. It's the Flashpoint Paradox. So if you haven't seen Flashpoint Paradox, you could feel a little lost when it gets to a certain portion in the story. It's a little predictable towards the end. And so if this has 3 acts, at the beginning of the 3rd act something happens, and I was just like, I already know how this is going to end up. And it does. But just because I know how it gets there doesn't mean that I don't enjoy the ride there. So I enjoyed the way there, but it was a little bit on the predictable side. The action is intense. Like, it's an animated. It doesn't get too graphic, mind you. But there are some moments where I was just like, geez, that's a lot, DC. Just like I mentioned the brief nudity. That's a lot, DC. But visually it looks fine. There's only one shot that I wasn't a big fan of, but other than that, all the shots look fine. The animation looks well done. Everybody voice acts fine. Christian Slater seems a little flat as Deadshot, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. It just doesn't have that level. Like, Tara Strong kills it as Harley as usual, and this one is a little less bubbly Harley, but the Harley that she delivers is still so good. It's the best Harley we've seen in quite a while. The other standout is Vanessa Williams as Amanda Waller. And this is like that New 52 skinny Amanda Waller. Anybody that knows me knows I like my thick Amanda Waller. I like my Amanda Waller like I like bacon. This one is that skinny bacon. But she still does a really good job. She exudes that Amanda Waller-esque attitude, and it still comes off true to the character. Just not thick bacon. I mean, with the few flaws that I have, but still, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give this, it's a 79. Like I said, the story is good, but there are some flaws. Visually, I enjoyed it. The direction was done really well. The acting sometimes is just slightly with Deadshot. But overall, you can get this digitally on download. And if you are a fan of the DC animated feature, by all means get this. Just don't expect to watch it with any kids, because this is not for kids. This is for grown-ups. I mean, at one point, there is a, if I heard it correctly, there's an F-bomb that was dropped, and I went back and I was like, did I just hear that right? And I listened to it again and I was like, I think I heard that right. DC dropped the F-bomb. So that's it for Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. What did you guys think? If you watched it, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Share this video with all your friends. And as always, this is Cameron with CBM Reviews. We'll see you next time.